We are going to crochet the Jasmine Stitch. We will start with a slip knot and chain 2. One and 2. Then pull the yarn to about an inch, then yarn over 2 stitches on the hook. Go through the first stitch and draw up a loop. You have 3 stitches on the hook, yarn over. That's 4. Go through the same stitch and draw up a loop, making 5 stitches on the hook. Yarn over, that's 6. Go through the same stitch and draw up a loop, making 7 stitches on the hook. Before we yarn over and pull through, bring a space between the working yarn and the hook, as demonstrated on the screen. Then yarn over and pull through all stitches on the hook. Insert your hook in the space you left and pull through to tighten the stitch. Chain 1. We have our first pop stitch. We are going to repeat this pattern. This pop stitches will serve as a foundation chains to our Jasmine Stitch. Like we did earlier, we are going to yarn over and pull 7 stitches on the hook before we yarn over the 8th stitch. Before we yarn over the 8th stitch, bring a space between your working yarn and the hook as shown on the screen. Then you pull through and chain 1. You can repeat this pattern to fit your requirements. For the sake of this video, I am going to crochet 8 pop stitches, 7 for the length and 1 for the corner stitch. For your project, make a number of pop stitches plus 1 extra pop stitch. These are the stitches. The first stitch will be the corner stitch. We are now going to place the desires on the pop stitches to have our Jasmine Stitch. To start, we will repeat the pop stitch, but we will not complete it yet. We will not yarn over and pull through, but rather we will yarn over and move to the next chain space from row 1 and repeat another pop stitch as shown on the screen. Once again, we will move to the next chain space from previous row and repeat. We now have 23 stitches on the hook before we yarn over the 24th stitch. Bring a space between the working yarn and the hook as we did earlier and pull through all stitches. You can pull through cluster by cluster as demonstrated on the screen. As we did for row 1, we will insert the hook in the loop and pull through and chain 1. We have successfully created our first Jasmine Stitch. Let's try another example. Repeat the pattern to the end of the roll and I will get back to you. From here it's a repetition. What you have to note is that before you start any roll, create your corner stitch. That will be a pop stitch. Let's try one together. You can now repeat the same pattern from previous roll